What's up, guys? Today I'm installing the splitter on my Mustang. This is something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. I finally got to buying one. This is a Liquivinyl splitter. It's not an APR. I know APR is the most popular splitter out there for most cars, but very similar. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I bought this with my own money. But I'm very excited to try it out. It looks practically identical to APR in the photos and everything that I've seen and reviews-wise as well. But yeah, this costs $225. APR one is a lot more expensive, obviously, but I decided to give this a shot. Like I said, I've never done a splitter install before, nor have I physically seen one happen like in person. I just watched a couple videos, but even a lot of videos I saw, they weren't too in depth. So I'm hoping that this video will change that and will give you guys a better insight on how to install it and a little more detailed, hopefully. Like I said, since it is my first time, please excuse me if I name some of the parts wrong as far as things on the car or anything like that, because it does involve taking off the bumper. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the video started. I'll have the link for this item in the description, and let's see how it goes. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is obviously open your hood. For those who don't know what a splitter is, it's pretty much something that sticks out right underneath the original lip, and then I'm gonna have two rods. But yeah, first thing you want to do is open up your hood, and you're gonna want to take off the plastic clips on the radiator cover. So you got 1, 2, 3, and the opposite 4, 5, 6, 7. So, well, actually there's 8. So yeah, 1, 4, and then 4. So we already went ahead and take that off. In order to take those off, you can just get a flathead screwdriver, and you're gonna just stick it underneath and just pop it right out like any other plastic clips. I'm gonna go ahead and lift off the plastic cover and just put that aside. Next thing you're gonna want to do is remove these 6 bolts. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And in order for that, you're gonna need a ratchet with an 8mm extension. Just go ahead and take them all off, and then I'll resume after that's done. Now, as soon as you remove those 6 bolts, you're gonna have an additional 2 bolts to remove. They're gonna be one right there. You might be covered from this rubber right here, and it's literally gonna be on the opposite side as well. So just 2 of those. And then in order for that, you're gonna need a socket, which is 7/32. All right, so after you remove those 2 bolts, the one right here, and then on the opposite side, you're gonna wanna go ahead and turn your tire towards you. You're gonna have to do this to the opposite side as well. I'm just showing you on one side. There's 4 rubber clips underneath the liner. They look just like that. So there's 1. Second one's gonna be there. Third one's gonna be around there, and then the 4th one is right there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. You kind of see the little indent. But yeah, just 4 of those. You're gonna want to go ahead and take those off. Obviously, we already did. Let's go to the next step. And then in order to take those off, all you need is a flathead screwdriver. The same one you used, or whatever you use to take off the radiator cover. You use the same thing and clip them right off. And then there's 3. They're exactly the same. And then the 4th one, which is on the top, right? Yep. Yeah, so the one on the very top I showed you, it's a little different, a little smaller, but you take it off the same way. After you've taken them out, go ahead and pull out the liner as much as you can. Don't worry about breaking it or bending it too much, because you really won't affect anything. It's just plastic. But yeah, if you have an extra person, it's definitely going to help, because what I'm going to do is hold it back for him after I show you the next step. Alright, so the next thing you're going to want to do is get a jack. The reason you need a jack is so that you can release some of the tension where the wall's at. That way you could actually use your ratchet. Where you're going to want to put the jack is pretty much right where the plastic part ends, the cover. We're going to have it where the frame's at. Once you see it from my point of view, you'll be able to see where it is. It is towards the front of the car. It is more towards the right opposed to the middle. And then for the other side, you can obviously put it in the same spot, just the opposite. But yeah, it's just where the frame is, right where the plastic cover ends. You want to jack it up a bit, like I said. That way you actually have room to work with when it comes to taking off the screw that's right here. So right around there. Obviously, I'm going to show you a little closer view. The reason we're jacking it is that way we have a little more room to work with. All right, so you have 1 screw on each side, the same as the other side as well. This is the hardest part of the whole thing, which is that screw right there. As you can tell, it's in a really weird position. But like I said, by us using that jack, gives us a little more room to take it off. And in order to take that off, we are going to use a ratchet with, what size is that? 9/32 socket. I'm trying to get a good view for you guys. We're good. So as you can see, that's where we have the ratchet. And without jacking it up, you wouldn't have all the room that you actually have right now. And it is a pretty long bolt, so just keep going at it. There you go, guys. There you go. So that is the bolt. Took it off. There's the hole. And then you're going to want to do the same to the opposite side. Now let's go to the next step. So I had to reverse the clip just a bit. You guys are probably wondering, is there any other things I need to take off in order to take off the whole bumper? There is, but I feel like from this angle it's a lot easier to actually show you guys. So before you actually are able to take off the bumper, you're going to have plastic clips. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are actual screws. 9, 10. Those are actual screws as well. So you're gonna want to take all those off from underneath the car. We didn't even have to jack the car up for that or anything. You kind of just lay underneath, depending how low you are. You might have to jack it up. But I'm on 1-inch springs, maybe 1 1/4 now. So you're gonna want to take those off. Those are right here. So those are the ones you need to take off. Like I said, I wanted to kind of flip the clips just because this is a lot better view for you guys and a lot easier to see. But yeah. Next thing you're going to want to do is remove the side. It's just a clip. You want to be very careful though, because there's a really high chance of it actually breaking. Unfortunately, there's not really any big way around it. If it breaks, you gotta kind of lift up and pull out so you don't actually break this, because it's very thin plastic. So there you go, we took it off. So you lift up and then pull out. Don't try to pull down now, go up and out. That way you don't go ahead and break this, because if you guys look around or ask around, this is very easy to actually break off. As you can see, we did it successfully. So there's that. So now you do it to the other side, and we'll show you how to take off the bumper. Alright, so both sides are taken off. So now you're going to want to go ahead and lift from underneath. So you're going to kind of pull out a bit and then pull up, because there's actually clips holding on right here. Just like that. You got to disconnect the lights. And then go ahead and disconnect the lights. 1. That's 2. And there's that connector. And then you just want to do the same to the opposite side. 3 different connections, so you can't go wrong when you put them back together. So we disconnected all the lights. Now go ahead and pull it out. Make sure you take it off those clips from the top. And there you go, guys. We took off the front bumper. Alright guys, real quick, I have to show you. I almost forgot to put this part in the video, but only reason I almost did forget is because I don't have this on my car anymore. I took it off a long time ago. But here we have my homie Nathan's car. Like all of you guys do know, whoever has like a 15 through 17 Mustang, I'm not sure if the newer ones have this, but that rubber part on the bottom does have to be taken off before you are able to put that splitter. Mine honestly came off just from over time, probably parking too close to curbs, and it just ripped off. Fell off on the freeway actually. I don't know if there's screws or not, but if you guys have it on, you guys probably will have a better idea how to take it off. But honestly, it's very flimsy. You could honestly just pull it right out. But anyways, before you continue with the rest of the video, before you put on the splitter, make sure you take that rubber piece off of your car. Alright guys, so as you can see right here, this right here is the splitter. We just have the bumper on top of it right now. So as you can see, splitter, that's how big it is, how far out it goes. As far as positioning goes, it's kind of up to you guys how much of it you want it to actually be sticking out. Right here, I haven't measured it yet, but it's about maybe like 1.5 inches. It's like about like 2 inches on each side. So I have it positioned right now from this part when you're looking at it. It's like a fingernail. Yeah, so a fingernail from this corner piece right here, and obviously you guys are gonna have to center it, but from looks of it, it's like 2 inches. All right, so measurement wise, it is at 1.5.
1.5 inches. From there to the end over here.
So there you go, guys. It's 1.5 inches on each side. So that's what we're gonna do for that. As far as what I chose, as far as how much I want it sticking out from the back, right where this plastic part is at, I measured each side. But when I do it, it's 1/2 inch. So we're doing half an inch from the back on each corner. That's just my preference. If you guys want it differently, then it's up to you. But yeah, that's how much it's gonna stick out. All right, so we're not gonna show you each individual drill. I mean, at the end, I'll show you where we put all the drills at, or all the bolts. But right now, the splitter is still underneath the actual bumper itself. And we're actually just marking it right now, and then we'll actually go all the way through, because obviously it's laying on the floor right now. But we're just marking it, that way we know where they're at, and then we'll drill all the way through. I'll show you guys after. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do this, and then I'll show you every spot that we did. All right, so as you can see, those are the 3 that we did. What we're doing now is we're just gonna drill all the way through it, like I told you previously.
And it did already.
Which already did actually, so you're good. Well, if it didn't drill all the way, then obviously you'd want to do that. We're gonna put these screws on first. That way it's actually held on to the bumper and the splitter. That way it's not moving around, and you have a better general idea, and it's a more safer bet that it's not gonna move. But yeah, so as far as on the actual bumper, we drilled 3 holes. 1, 2, 3. And as far as the drill size, the drill bit size, it all depends on which splitter you go with, because I'm not sure if all splitters come with the same size. Screws, I doubt it. All right, so what we just did is we grabbed the screws that it came with. There you go, the 3, and we put it underneath. And that way when we lay the bumper on top of it, this is the bottom of the splitter, and we're gonna obviously put it down. That way those screws are actually gonna line up with the actual bumper itself. So we're gonna, all right, so we lay the bumper on top. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna go ahead and put the lock nuts and the washer. So this particular splitter came with a washer and then a nylon lock nut, which is highly recommended. That's safer than just a regular nut, because it's actually gonna lock tight. But yeah, so that's that. And before you actually drill it all the way or tighten it up all the way, you want to make sure the screws are straight, because when we first put it on, this was no longer a 1/2 inch, just because the screws were kind of at an angle. So just remeasure it. All right, so what we're doing now is he is underneath it, and I have a 7/16 wrench. I'm holding it, that way it doesn't move when he goes ahead and drills it. So you can see now the splitter is partially held on, good enough to go ahead and do the rest of the holes and make sure it's all nice and snug. So we went ahead and put 11 screws in. So we got 1 at the outer edge, which is actually going through the lip that it actually comes on with. So we got 1, 2, 3, put 4 right there underneath this. 5, 6, and then the 7th is right there as well. We got 8, 9, 10. So I guess we put 10. Yeah, 10. But yeah, so there's that. So now the next step is putting on the rods. All right, so for the first step, I'm putting on the rods. Is taking off this thing right here. It's like the crash guard or something like that. It's clipped on, so see, like there's a clip right there. So you're gonna like push this down right here, and then for the bottom one, there's also a clip. Sorry, I can't really tell from here. All right, but it's right here. This clip right here, and then you kind of lift up and then pull out. I'm doing it with one hand right now, but there you go. And then same thing goes with this one right here. You're gonna push up and then push out. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take that off. So this is the part that I was most afraid of. Not because of the difficulty, but just kind of me choosing how I want the rods to be placed. What I did, I just measured from the center right here out. This is all personal preference, so you don't have to do how I did it. It's up to you guys. Some people put them straight up like this, which I don't like personally. Some people put them like that, which I don't like either. So the way I'm doing is like this. So they're gonna be like that. So what I did is put some tape, and then I marked it once you measured it to exactly where you want it. And so he's gonna go ahead and drill right now. And the tape is helpful for sure. Sorry, got the jet plane in the background. Alright, so those are the holes for the bottom. And next we're gonna go ahead and do from the back, which I'll show you. Alright, so we went ahead and measured from the inside as well. So once your measurement is right, you want to make sure when you drill, you don't go past this line right here. You can see it from the outside too, because then the hole will show from the outside of the bumper. So you want to do it before that line.
Yeah.
And there you go. You got the hole. There it is. And then we got the hole from the bottom right there. And I'll show you guys putting on the rod. The rods, they come with nuts that I highly recommend are switched out. So you're gonna have to go to your hardware store and buy new nuts and actually get the nylon lock nuts. These are gonna help prevent it from over time coming off due to the vibration and whatnot. You're gonna need 4 of them. And like I said, I'm not sure, this is the first time I've ever used rods, so I'm not sure if all thread sizes are the same. So you're gonna have to just take your rod to your hardware store and see what fits. But yeah, you're gonna need 4 rods, lock nut ones with the nylon insert. All right, so we already screwed the top on, tightened it up. Now we're tightening the bottom up. I'm just holding it so that it doesn't move once he's tightening it up. I'm very happy with the way it came out. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw it on the car. There's not really a point of me showing myself putting the bumper back on because it's the same way that you took it off. And those plastic clips that we took off, you're no longer gonna need. The only stock parts that you took off from the pan, or whatever you want to call this plastic part, you're gonna use the 4 metal screws with the washers, and you're only gonna have 4 of them, and they're gonna go right here, and then they're gonna go obviously the opposite, and then you have those 2. And this pretty much is gonna attach to whatever the bumper was originally attached to begin with, so more of an extra security. But obviously you're gonna want to pre-drill for those 2 holes. That way when you put them in from underneath, you should be good to go. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the car and we'll see how it looks. One quick thing that I almost forgot to tell you guys, but you guys probably know because it's common sense. Make sure you put this back on. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna show you how it looks underneath the car with all the screws put in. And then these 2 right here, sorry, I don't know if you're able to see well. Yeah, so that screw right there, along with the one opposite of it, are the original screws that were replaced. And then we also have the one towards the back, sorry, alright, right there, so more the middle. Those 2 are original as well. So the plastic part of the bumper underneath, we did put back on those 4. That way, obviously, your bottom pan is still attached to the bottom of the car and to the frame. So yeah, that's how that looks. I just thought I'd show you so you guys don't forget. And then obviously all the other screws are just where I decided to position them. So here it is, my Liquivinyl splitter. Personally, I'm in love with the way it came out, along with the way I decided to put my rods, with the angle, positioning, and all that stuff. I know I didn't mention it at all during the video, but quality wise, it does not feel cheap whatsoever. Very sturdy. But yeah, there it is. Definitely a two-man job. I mean, you could do it with one person. I mean, you could do it by yourself, but two people is definitely going to make your life a lot easier, especially when it comes to taking off the bumper and all that stuff. Well, you guys saw my video and I had help the entire time. But yeah, there it is. All right, everyone, so this concludes this video. I hope it helped out. One more thing I kind of left out, or two more things. Rods. As far as the rods go, it gives you an option to purchase them through Liquivinyl, which is what I did. They do give you a few color options. I obviously chose the black. I believe there are additional $20 or $25 around that ballpark. Like I said, the link for these items will be in the description anyway, so you can check that out. And also, it does come with their decal sticker. It's a little vinyl. Unfortunately, through the process of me doing everything, I lost it. But yeah, just like the APR positioning, it's right in the front that you could stick that on. They have a really cool logo, so I probably would have put it on, honestly, if I didn't lose it. But yeah, Liquivinyl, if you're hearing this, if you want to send me some decals, go ahead. I'm joking. But yeah, like I said, I hope this video helped. Please like, subscribe. If you have any comments or concerns as far as this install, just feel free to leave a comment. Like I said, I'm really good with responding to those. But yeah, other than that, I will see you next video. Like I said, please like, subscribe, and you guys have a good day.